Welcome back to Dan's on Fandoms. I'm Dan. Episode 3 of the final season of the Clone Wars was released on Friday, titled On the Wings of Kiridax, and it was alright. I enjoyed the previous 2 episodes better, but it was still an entertaining episode. Star Wars TV shows seem to have this habit of having a couple really good episodes, then just some filler episodes to keep things moving along, and On the Wings of Kiridax felt like the latter. The episode picks up right where we left off last episode. Anakin, the Bad Batch, and Rex have just found Echo, and they are getting surrounded by D-Wing air support droids in the headquarters of the Techno Union. The Bad Batch works on keeping the droids at bay, while Tech works on being able to unplug Echo from the cerebral interface. Echo is very weak and disoriented at this point, as he has been kept in a state of semi-consciousness for years while being hooked up to this computer system. At this point, our heroes have called in an extraction squad, but it looks like this unsanctioned mission group is going to be on their own without any help from the Jedi Order. Several squads of droids start closing in, and the Bad Batch keep getting pushed back and are now waiting in the room with Echo and our heroes, as he still isn't disconnected. Wat Tambor arrives outside the room and orders a decimator to be sent in. The decimator kind of looks like an ITO interrogation droid, and I'm wondering if it's a predecessor to them. Tech finally disconnects Echo from the computer system, so Rex is able to unplug him. Poor Echo. Our boy has almost an exoskeleton on his back and multiple plugs Rex has to undo, which, as I mentioned in my review for the previous episode, totally looks like something out of the Matrix. Anakin lets them know that they need to find a quick escape, and Echo points out there is an exhaust vent above their heads that leads to a cooling system. Echo gets the vent open, then Wrecker proceeds to throw the clones up the vent one by one. Anakin then jumps up as Wrecker places some bombs to destroy the computer system. As Anakin uses the Force to float Wrecker up to the vent, the decimator breaches the door and sends out purple electric bolts in the hopes of destroying any organic matter in the room. Wat Tambor and crew then realize that our heroes have escaped, and they turn to run as the bombs start detonating. Echo then tells Anakin that when he was plugged in, the Techno Union got access to his memories and he got access to their database, including plans, inventory, building schematics, etc. This is how he knew there was a vent on the ceiling of the room they were in, which is very interesting and I think is going to come back to play later in the season. Echo lets them know there is a way out to another landing platform, but they'd have to cross a pipe that is outside which connects 2 of the buildings. Once outside, it looks like they are hundreds of feet in the air. Once they start making their way across the pipe, and as they're about halfway across, D-Wing air support droids that we saw earlier show up in front of them as well as behind them, and they're essentially trapped on the pipe hundreds of feet above the ground. Tech comes up with the brilliant plan of playing the distress call of the Kiridax that he recorded earlier, hoping they would come to their aid. What's cool is that as Tech is searching for the Kiridax distress call, we see on his face screen Arabesh scrolling up as he searches for the recording he wants. We can see he has recordings of a Wampa, a Nexu, a Bonzami, a Toydarian, a Boga, a Purgil, and an Nibre, which is pretty awesome. As the Kiridax then show up, everyone jumps onto the back of the flying creatures. We then see the D-Wing droids actually can fly and follow after their escaping targets. The Kiridax fly back to the Poltech village, and the chief of the Poltechs is impressed that our heroes have tamed the Kiridax, but he's upset that these visitors have brought the droids and the Jedi War back to his village. Rex makes an impassioned speech that they're sorry that the war was brought to the Poltechs, but the Separatists were terrible to Echo, that they took away his freedom and his humanity and tried to turn him into a machine. This is even more heartbreaking as we see Anakin standing behind Rex, and we all clearly know what Anakin's fate will be in the very near future, and how, to some degree, it will mirror what has been done to Echo. Rex implores that the Poltech people will have to choose a side, as the Techno Union may say they're neutral, but they are not. Wat Tambor sends out more forces to recapture Echo, his experiment. He sends D-Wing droids and Octopara Magna Tri-droids to the Poltech village to recapture Echo. The clones and Poltechs fight together to take down all the Techno Union forces. We get another cool fight scene with the Bad Batch clones just completely decimating the droids. As the Octopara Magna Tri-Droids move in, Anakin realizes they need to be taken out immediately. He tells Rex to take one out while he immobilizes the other. We also get some fun banter with Anakin and Echo when the walkers start pushing the clone forces back. Echo asks Anakin if he's still showing off, while Anakin replies, "You know me, Echo," before swan diving his ass off the cliff they're standing on and landing on top of one of the walkers. Anakin then proceeds to flip and jump around the walker, cutting off its legs to destroy it. Wrecker takes the fun way and throws Rex and Hunter to the top of the walkers. Wrecker then jumps under one of its moving legs right before it drops on two injured Poltechs trying to get away. Wrecker continues to hold the leg up until Anakin can force push the walker over onto the other, completing both of the walkers' destruction. The remaining droids finally retreat back to Tambor. The Techno Union is going to keep the information of Echo's escape from the Separatists for the time being, as they want to figure out how to recoup their losses. The clones and Anakin thank the Poltechs for their assistance in the fight and are told that the Jedi will always have allies on Skako Minor. As they're boarding the shuttle to leave, Echo thanks Rex for saving him. Rex responds that he's sorry that it took so long and it will soon be just like old times. As Echo stands back a moment before getting on the ship, he repeats, "just like old times," with a sad and worried, distant look in his eyes. So it appears like Echo knows that something's up, right? I've seen people say he may know about Order 66, but I'm not so sure about that. Only Palpatine and Dooku know about the inhibitor chips in the clone's head at this time, so I'm not so sure. But what do you guys think? What are your thoughts on this episode? And what is Echo thinking about at the end of the episode? Let us know down in the comments. We'll be reviewing and breaking down each episode after they premiere, so keep your eyes open for those. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Follow Dan's On Fandoms on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and Tumblr, all at Dan's On Fandoms. Thanks for watching, and stay nerdy.